Hey guys, May 11th, Monday. Got a few pieces here I got about a week ago that I haven't shown you yet. Here's a couple pieces here I got across the road from my house here in the cornfield. This was a Cherokee Indian site here back in the 17, 1800s, so it's a relatively new site. You can find these points out in that field without a whole lot of trouble. But anyway, on the right there's a piece of pottery. On the left is a scraping stone. But here's some smaller points that I found. Unfortunately, the field's been plowed so much, a lot of these pieces are broke up or pottery. That's about as big a piece of pottery as you're going to find in that field because it's been plowed so much. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you those. I do look for points. This is not my thing. As you know, tools are my thing. So let's get to those while we're at it. But anyway, I'm not real sure about this piece. I found this up, all these other pieces in this one up at the fish dam, a couple miles from here. But I'm not real sure about this one. I think maybe just a ceremonial piece for like a spearhead. I can't see where that would be used for hunting or anything, but it's a work piece, and material I think is soapstone, but I'm not 100% sure about that either. But anyway, pretty neat looking. Just like a big spearhead, like I say, could be ceremonial. Piece of mica. It's been kind of ground around the edges. Probably a game piece or a ceremonial piece. I'm not real sure about this one. Some kind of matite or something like that. I don't know. It worked all the way around this stone. It's a little grinding dish. It's all been pecked out in here. Anyway, that was pretty neat. Brought it home with me. Here's a quartzite pecking stone. It's kind of a heart-shaped piece. They made them in different styles. It's cupped out right in here for your thumb. I don't know if you can see it or not, but anyway, on this side, you've got two polished sides here, angular sides, and that's where your fingers would go right there. Thumb right in here, and you would just use it like that to peck. But that's a nice piece. It's been polished off and well worked tool. A little dimpled out at the top. Here's another piece I picked up. Not real sure on this one, but I think it's more of a mort or a pestle. Probably be held like that. It's really worn on this end. This is an old tool, been around a long time. Really worn. This whole top part's been taken off. So I think it's been held like that. And that's a striking in there. Dark back in there where the oils from your palm would have gotten into the stone. Anyway, kind of an interesting piece. And this one here, I have no idea. I need help on this one. It's dark right in here. First I thought it might be something like a turtle effigy, but all this darkening means it was either held in there And the oils from the hand just rubbed into the stone, and same way on the other side, just not quite as dark. But anyway, I'm not sure on this piece. I don't know what it was used for, or how it was even held. Just don't think it was held like that, but I really don't know. Just kind of interesting piece. Any ideas on that one, let me know. Pretty sure this is a nutting stone. You can see this area here where all this oil is in the stone and how it's kind of cupped out. They would use this to strike the nuts with, and eventually all those oils from the nuts would work into the stone there. Almost certain that's what that is, a nutting stone. Kind of worn right there too, so I don't know, they might have used it to do a little pecking with that end too, but I think primarily a nutting stone. Here's a duck head, old duck heads. Some of these I can figure out what they were used for, and others I can't. This was just almost a perfect bill shape piece. Been flaked and pecked and polished all around this thing. And I don't know what this was used for or how they held it, or pretty. So they put a lot of work into it. I think this is an axe head here. I'm not sure if it's a worn axe. It's got a little bit of wear on the tip there. Made out of quartzite. It's been worked and polished off the top there. Got a little bit of that black stone in it too. See all the pecking marks on it. Probably been hafted, you know, like that. Here's a really old axe head. You see these linear chipping and flaking marks, and that's kind of unique to some other stones I have. This is a piece of quartz, but I think this may go back as far as Archaic. I'm not real sure, but it's just an old piece. It's been worked all the way around, chipped and pecked off, polished to some degree. I like finding these old pieces like this. And I would assume that it would have been hafted. It might have been hafted right in here, you know, like that. Here's another piece here, another axe head here. This is quartzite. And this one actually doesn't have as much polishing as you see on a lot of stones from up here. They nap these things into form and then they polish all the edges off of them most of the time. On this one, they didn't do so much of that. That's a nice piece. I think that was a hafted piece too. Here's another one here, another axe head that's kind of been polished around the edges. Almost like this thing was not quite finished, but I'm not real sure. They're in the process of polishing it, is what they do with a lot a lot of these. So they take away all those napping and flaking marks that you see on a lot of stones out in the Midwest and out west. Like I said, you see that they were starting the polishing process on this piece, just like they didn't quite finish it. It's all rough in here on both sides. And here's one of these type that they half off on the side right here. These are, I think, are inserted pieces. Right in here, it'd be inserted in a stick. They just half them off right there. Got quite a few like that. And I think this was a worn axle, a worn axe head here. It's been polished, it's granite, doesn't have a whole lot of wear, doesn't have really any wear on it. It's been polished off, and I think this was an inserted piece. This back end here would have been inserted into a, a stick. Anyway, that's what I got for today, guys. I appreciate you tuning into my channel. Hope you guys are well, and try to get back in the creek and get you some more stuff to look at. Appreciate it.